Welcome to another episode of Theology on the Go. As you can see, I am, in fact, on the go, driving on Route 70, somewhere in the Midwest. We're continuing now our discussion on basics in systematic theology, attempting to provide a platform and a foundation for understanding Reformed apologetics. We already spoke about the creator-creature distinction. Secondly, let us speak about the fall of mankind. Mankind was placed in the garden. Adam was placed in the garden. Eve was created out of his rib in order to become a suitable helpmate for him. And so he was placed in the garden, and God entered into a covenant of life with him, wherein upon perfect obedience, Adam was offered eternal life, or immutable life, I should say, eschatological life, upon condition of perfect, personal, and perpetual obedience. Had he done those things by not eating from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, he would have passed into an immutable or unlosable, unchangeable, eternal or eschatological life, rather than a provisional life or a life that could be changed or could be lost. But in fact, Adam fell. He ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil as he was commanded not to. And he has been changed ever since. And mankind now, all men who descend from Adam by ordinary generation, sinned in him and fell with him from the estate wherein they were created. So that means there are certain effects. Mankind not only has a sinful desire and a heart, sin has affected all of creation. The creation groans and eagerly awaits the revealing of the sons of glory. We see that in Romans 8. That creation itself is condemned and it's corrupted. Mankind's nature is condemned and corrupted. And we're slaves to sin, can do nothing but sin. But the one thing that's very important for us to remember, at least in an apologetic context, that we oftentimes forget, and other types of apologetic approaches forget, or at least don't account for very often, is something called the noetic effects of sin. Noetic, noetic. Comes from the Greek word nous, which means mind. And all we're saying when we say that there are noetic effects of sin, we want to say that sin has not only affected creation, outside of us, and not only affected our sinful heart and desires, but it has affected our thinking as well. And so when we say that mankind is fallen and sinful, he is even fallen and sinful not in his inclinations, but also even in the way he thinks and the reasons he thinks the way he does, and even in his logic he is affected. Those are the noetic effects of sin. So that's the second big point in systematic theology that helps us to understand a proper Reformed apologetic approach. Thanks for watching. You can visit us online at reformedforum.org. This has been Theology on the Go.